your affiliation, please. And with that, we'll turn the time over to Coach Briles.
Okay, thank you, Heath, so much. Such an honor and a thrill to be able to, introduce not only an outstanding football player, but an outstanding individual in all facets of everyday life. So we've been very privileged for Robert being our quarterback the last 4 years. Even more privileged for him being just a family member. So it does me a lot of honor to be able to introduce RG3 right now.
Well, I'd like to just tip my hat to all of Baylor Nation because, from the day that I received a standing ovation when I stepped on the field at Floyd Casey for the first time to watching the balloons and the confetti fall at the Alamo Bowl, my experience at Baylor has been a special one. No doubt about that. The rebuilding of a foundation and expectation of excellence at Baylor University has never been an easy job. And, I say job, but it was really our duty as a team to do that. Sometimes jobs can be perceived as something that you have to do or you're required to do. And, of course, when you sign an athletic scholarship, you're required to do many things. But it has been our duty because it takes more than a group of guys doing what they're required to do to do what we did here at Baylor University in my time here. It takes a group of guys that understand what they have to do, understand that they have to go above and beyond to acquire what is ahead of us. And we definitely brought a lot of excitement here to Baylor that's been warranted for a long time by all of our fans and faculty. And I'm proud to say that I was one of those guys, one of those guys that fought, day in, day out, from 2008 through 2011. Of course, I could throw out a lot of names of great players that have been here, but we all know that everybody had a part in doing what was, achieved here at Baylor University. Like I said before, we've gotten to heights here at Baylor University that it hasn't seen in a long time, but the climb isn't over. And I urge all of Baylor Nation to continue to rise up and show support for their Baylor Bears because my brothers, my teammates that I just finished meeting with, they benefit so significantly from the support that's going to pour out this next upcoming season. I just like to say I will always be a Baylor Bear no matter what. And I've seen my teammates grow as men and as football players in my time here at Baylor. I want to thank everybody, from teachers and the students to the equipment managers and the trainers for allowing me to have a great experience here at Baylor. And I pray that I have the blessing of my teammates and my coaches as I move on to the NFL.
Dennis Delapena from the Fox affiliate in Austin, Texas. What was the driving force behind your decision?
I don't know. It's been tough, and I thought I wouldn't break down today, but I already did. And Coach saw me. I talked to the team and told them my decision because I wanted to tell them before I told anybody else. And it's just a tough decision because I love the people at this university. I love my coach for giving me the chance to be a quarterback and do the things that we've done. So, I don't know if I could point out one specific thing, but, at the end of the ball game, I broke down and then started crying after that, and my gut was just telling me that it was time to go.
John Warner, Waco Tribune Hero. Just how agonizing has this been, and when did you finally come to your decision?
I talked to Coach, I think, on Monday, was it? The first time? Yeah. And couldn't come up with a decision. And then talked to him again yesterday. And just after sitting down with my parents and my fiance and just really thinking about it, at the end of the day, it was my decision. And we made that yesterday. And I, just talked to Coach and neither of us broke down, surprisingly, but
not on the outside.
We just talked about it and talked about it for about 5 minutes, and then we talked about other things for 30 minutes because that's the way we are. So I told him yesterday.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Coach, for you, is it a mixed feeling type deal? I mean, you're losing Robert, but I mean, he could be a top 5 draft pick.
If you're gonna put him at low, but it's like I told Robert. Don't go chase that dream, go catch it. And it's a day of celebration in my mind, and because all that he's meant and stood for Baylor University, our football program, and athletics in general. It's a very special time. So he's done a lot. I mean, 10 wins, second time 110-year history, Heisman Trophy winner, every award that's imaginable in college football. He's ready. It's time, and he has all the blessings, like he mentioned, of our football team and our coaching staff. I mean, I've got a new favorite pro football team starting this spring. I promise you that.
Robert, Kevin Sherrington, Dallas Morning News. You win the Heisman Trophy. The team wins 10 games. The women's and men's basketball teams are undefeated. What's going on at Baylor?
Obviously something special. And I think we're still undefeated since November 1st as a football team, because we're done. And as both our basketball teams, so we'll see how long that can go. And we can create a new record for ESPN of miscellaneous facts.
Robert, can you talk about how much Matt Barkley's decision to come back, Landry Jones's to stay, any underclassmen that made their decision, how much theirs played into yours at all?
I don't think their decision played anything into mine. They have things to worry about at their respective universities, and you just can't let that type of stuff play into what your decision is. And like I said, I just went with my gut feeling at the end of the day, and it's tough. But I know Jerry said coach is losing me, but he's not losing me. I'm not very good at goodbyes. That's why I always say see you later, and I'll be around. So.
Robert, what have you looked at, or what is your schedule from now until, and is there a chance maybe to play in any All-Star games or anything like that, or are you eligible for that?
I'm not sure if I'm eligible, but I probably won't be playing in the All-Star games. Continue to be around this whole week. Be here on Saturday to help celebrate the season with the rest of the team. And then after that, the future's unsure, but that's the beauty of life. You got to live it for the moment.
Alex Binding, Clean Herald. Robert, just kind of talk about the stock right now is just so high. Obviously, talk about you possibly number one if you can, do some certain things. Just talk about how much that played a factor, how high you could be ranked right now.
No, like I said, I try not to bring that into account. It's obviously it's hard not to, but I tried to make sure I didn't do that. I didn't want it to be about money. But sometimes you just have that feeling, and I had it after the bowl game. And whether we won or lost wasn't gonna affect that, but I'm glad we won it. And like I said, it's been really exciting here at Baylor. It's been a lot of fun. And in life, that's what you try to do. You try to be happy, you try to have a lot of fun, and I certainly have done that at Baylor.
A lot's been made of the cerebral side of your game, and we know how good of a student you are. How much is that going to help you at the next level?
If you can think clearly, it can help you do anything in life. So, I just try to take that approach with everything I do. Take the competitiveness off the field on the field and make it apply off the field in the classroom and things like that. And at the next level, the classroom is, film and things like that. And Coach Briles has helped me get a lot better at watching film and studying the game and just being a student of the game. And that's helped me become a better player. So at the next level, doesn't matter what type of offense it is, pro style, spread. I'm looking forward to learning a new one and, hopefully throwing in some wrinkles everywhere.
Chris Barrett, Baylor Lariat. Robert, can you talk about the talks that you had with your family and how supportive they've been throughout this whole process?
Yeah, you know, my parents wanted me to know that it's my decision at the end of the day. I'm the one that has to live with it, and they have been real supportive, along with my fiance and anybody else that I've encountered about this issue. So nobody's really pressured me to leave or to stay, because that's not the right way to go when you're giving advice. So you know, I just took everything that I could and worked with it and came up to that decision.
Stephen August with AP. Robert, you had said many times that had you not gotten hurt in 2009, you wouldn't have been facing this decision. This would have been your senior year. How much did the thought of an injury or anything else maybe play into the decision? Hey, I can't take a chance of that happening again.
You know, I think for my parents that was big, because whenever you have a kid go through an injury, such a devastating injury like that, you don't want it to happen again. But you know, for me, I'm a player that I try not to play scared. I'm going to go out and I'm going to give it all I have every time I step on the field. So I didn't take that into account as far as injury goes, because every time you strap it up, you can get injured, whether it's in a game or in practice. So whenever I strap it up, I'm not worried about getting hurt. I'm worried about, or should I say, I'm prepared to go win.
Robert, did your academics play a role in the decision? The fact that you had your degree, and also, do you expect to be able to finish your master's either in the short term or long term?
Yeah, I'll finish my master's. I'm in my thesis program, and thank God I have no classes, but I do have a fairly large paper to write. But it'll be okay, and I'll be able to finish that either this spring or in the summer sometime. So that's not a problem. And as far as education goes, a lot of the advice that I got was, if I hadn't graduated and I wasn't in grad school, then it's an easy decision. You come back and you finish school, because football's not forever. But because I did graduate and I did have my degree and I was about to get my second or third degree, it makes that decision a lot more tough. And so it played a part, but it didn't play a huge part as far as, I graduated, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave. It wasn't that type of decision.
Robert, Pierre with KC, and since you are projected to be a top 10, maybe even a top 5 pick, a lot of teams are perhaps drafting you, expecting you to be their franchise quarterback, their franchise changer. Does that add any kind of pressure onto your shoulders? Have you thought about that at all?
I haven't thought about it, but there's a lot of pressure, on Coach Briles and myself here at Baylor University to turn this program around, and we're proud to say that we've got it going in the right direction. And like I said, to the team earlier, the climb's not over. We have done a lot of great things, but we want to do many more things, and winning the Big 12 title's part of that. So as far as the NFL goes and being a franchise quarterback, I can't speak on that, because I have no idea what that feels like. And I'll take every challenge that I have in my future in life, as its own, and learn from every experience that I have.
I was going to kind of follow up with that. Just the idea, like you said, there was a foundation that you guys helped build here. How much do you take from the learning process here that you can take to the next level, knowing that you're probably going to be with a team that's looking to rebuild?
Coach Briles is getting bored over here.
No. It's your day. It's your day. I'm good.
It's crazy. A good thing is when you can come into a place, and I came to Baylor, and Coach Briles was, brand new here, so I had to learn a brand new system along with everybody else, and that might happen at the next level, it might not. But whenever you can learn on the fly like that, like we did, they pretty much took us out there and said, here, run this play. We'll tell you how to do everything every time we call a play.